Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. I do hope you're well. And we're back in Poppyfields and we're going to be working on our garden today. The last episode wasn't the most productive. I got a sort of a rough layout of what I want the garden to look like. Got our butterfly habitat in, but I tried doing some fancy stuff with the pathing and it didn't work, and I tried doing some stuff with water and it didn't work. The water, I do wonder if it's because you need a bit of land and you need the barrier to be coming out of the land. I'm tempted to give it another go. I'm tempted, but I don't want to waste too much of your time, quite frankly. So I'm just going to try in a small way just here. So I guess it'll have to come out, say like this. So let's just try something relatively small. Okay, so then if I move that as kind of as small as it can go. Okay, so we've got something that looks like that. Let's just see if this works. So if you pull the land, does that then allow you to put some water in there? No, but then it may just be that it's not quite right. I'll just bring the whole thing up a bit more. I'm determined to just test everything I can on this, just to see. No, it's not letting me do anything in there. Oh, I don't know. If any of you guys have got thoughts on this, then please do let me know. I'm sure it must be possible. It's just I just can't figure it out. Yeah, very annoying, because I think it's a good idea. I like the idea of having a little channel of water. But there we go. I'm not going to waste any more time on it. So what do I want to do in here? So the garden, I'm tempted to work from the outside in and do the sort of the edge first. But I'm not entirely sure how I'm doing the edge yet, so I'm not sure that's a good idea actually. I was going to do some of the bushes, wasn't I? So I was going to use some of these over here. Let's get rid of the snapping. I don't need any of that. I like the idea of having this as a backdrop over here, probably coming sort of out of here like this, bending round, and then all the flowers will be in front of this, is my thinking. And obviously this is subject to change, but I do like the idea of this as a backdrop. Let's just see, where is it going? Don't want to make this too small over here. So let's just keep it like this. And obviously I don't have a clue what's going to be behind here yet. But I do feel like I need a nice defined edge to this garden area. Now this is one edge, so there we go. So we have a bit of hedging there. Now over here, I was originally going to do more hedging here, but I think I might try something a little bit different. I've had this little idea in my head for a while now, and I'm hoping I can make it work. I'm making a little custom bit of wall. So I love the stone on, where are we? So we got the dry stone, but no, I don't think that's the one I'm thinking of using. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so we have a bit of that. Actually, do you know what? Is there an off-grid piece for that? There is. I think I'm going to go off-grid. I think it'll make my life a bit easier. In fact, I might make it smaller let's go with this. Right, so I'm going to do a piece that wide. I'm going to get angle snapping on. And let's combine these. So that's kind of the center, and what I want to try and make is a brick surround. Which is raised outwards like this. Both top and bottom. Like that. And then I'll have a post at each end, which will be stood out just a touch more. Like that. No, let's go with the smaller one, because that was poking up too far. I don't really want it out the top like that. I want it, to be honest, I probably only want it doing that really. So it's not actually sticking up at all. I'll have it coming out the end. Don't really like this little white bit at the top here. I'm just wondering whether I should actually sink it in rather than out. No, I think it needs to be out. Yeah, but only enough so that it's just so that the upwards bit is more prominent. Now this bottom one I can probably get away with just bringing that back like that. Obviously that was never going to go easily, was it? Let's bring that to the end here. Again, just enough that it's sticking out. And then let's bring this one over. It's just a nice bit of fencing, or it's a bit of wall, really, isn't it? Not fencing. Again, it's doing its weird thing, but that's fine. We can work on that. So now I just need to copy all of these bits backwards. Hopefully this is a nice usable bit of wall. I think it looks really good. I think it will make a nice backdrop along here. That's what I'm hoping for, and then I can obviously use it elsewhere as well. Okay, nearly there. Don't know if I'll do anything else to it. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Sometimes simplicity is the best way. I think that's all I need to do. There we go, and then it can be put into the floor like that, and then it can, probably will, I don't know, actually I think it looks quite good like that, so the top is a bit heavier than the bottom. And then yeah, I can kind of sink it into the hedge here somewhere. Hang on, let's get rid of snapping. And I can bring it along. I quite like the idea of having a little pathway back here for the staff. Maybe extending that and having a little storage area or something back here. So I might just kind of bring it in from here, just have it buried in the hedge there. And then I'm hoping I can just sort of mould it together like this. And I'm hoping that will make a nice looking backdrop with with various plants and whatever in front of it. Again, it's just something a bit different. I'm always trying to come up with new ideas, new custom things here and there. Yeah, see, I quite like that. And then I think I'll bring it down into this area, and I don't know quite where it's going to go. That feels like sort of the edge around here somewhere, so I'll just do it like that for now. So yeah, great, I like that. I think that has worked out well. I'm just going to get rid of all this long grass that's growing up in here. We don't really want that, because we are going to start decorating all of this with our flowers. I've had a bit of an idea of something that I want to try. Another idea, I'm always having ideas. They don't always work, but sometimes they do. So what I want to try, so we have got in here somewhere, let's have a look. We have this, and we have this, and potentially that, but probably not. No, so yeah, we have these two. Okay, now you're probably saying, Adam, what are you talking about? What are you doing? Well, we also have in here, we have our faux, oh yes, I favorited them, didn't I? So I don't need that. Okay, so these are our little faux rocks, which we can change the colour of course, if we want to, and I think I probably do. I think, oh no, not to that. A nice grey. So what I'm thinking here is to create a pile of rocks, and then have oh, actually, let's get rid of that, and then have the have these plants, have these flowers growing in amongst them. So it's a bit of a long process to actually create this in the first place. I don't know if I could possibly come up with a quicker way of doing this. See, it's hard because you want everything looking sort of natural and different. But what I will probably do is cheat a bit later on and do a bit of copying and pasting, is my thinking. So I've got to use this big one really as the main rock. And then kind of chuck in other bits. I'm just testing this at the moment really. So that's too big. Now here I do need to do a line to surface, I think, because the idea here is that you try and make it look like these flowers are kind of growing in the rocks and around the rocks. It's very hard to get the angles right here. Hopefully you kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to achieve here. It's very hard, so I'm going to have to just do a little bit of manual manipulation here, which is fine. It's cheating really if you do it the other way, isn't it? So I think maybe a few of these actually do need to go a bit. No, they're fine. They're fine. You get the idea, hopefully, of what I'm trying to achieve, and then kind of cover any obvious gaps. think this is going to work. And then by creating that, let's get rid of that big one. I can then join all that together and multiply it. And I can even then kind of raise it up and have this kind of thing going on. I think that makes quite a nice little feature, and then you can add in extra plants as well. But I kind of like it like this, and I can kind of expand it outwards like this, try and make a real thing out of it. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. I think once you then put other bits in it as well, let's try and do a bit more raised up actually over here. I think it makes a nice initial stage of a rockery. So this obviously, as I probably didn't explain, this is going to be a big rockery area basically. That's what I'm aiming for. I think I'll bring it actually right into the butterflies here as well. Let's try and really raise it up like that. Try and create a really good raised area. See, you can kind of cover up the bottoms of the butterfly exhibit things there as well. So this is something I've just thought up. I don't think I've seen anyone else do this kind of thing. If you have, then please let me know. I swear I have not just copied someone. I do like to try and come up with my own ideas. I have no problem with people copying other people. I mean, that's just why we play the game and why we watch other people, isn't it? But yeah, I did come up with this on my own. And I'm quite proud of that. I think that's looking nice. So good, that's that. Now I haven't decided how I'm edging all the pathways in here yet. I think it'll be a combination of plants and what's the word I'm looking for? Plants and rocks. That's the word I'm looking for. So I think around the rockery area, it would make sense to have rocks. But obviously they do need to be a different colour to this. So let's come in here and do that. And then I'm gonna line the butterfly habitat, I think, with these rocks. I think that will look nice through here. I'll probably take this all the way back to the entrance actually. Try and thicken it up in places, try and keep the pattern varied. Obviously this is only a very short selection of rocks that I've got here, so it can look quite repetitive if you're not careful. There we go, and I'll do the same on this side, I think. I like that these have the colour is the same as the rockery rocks, because it kind of leads you into it. And there will be foliage around here in places as well. I'll probably just go up to this junction here like that, but here I think I'll probably keep going right around the edge, just to keep that sort of rockery vibe going. And what else goes on a rockery? Other ground cover plants. I built a few rockeries in my time. Not the easiest of things to do. and they don't tend to last long. They take a lot of weeding, rockeries. I think I might just go to there. Maybe just one more. And then the theme will start to change a bit, I think. I think what I'll do, I'll have a whole load of these actually over here as the kind of the backdrop over here. In fact, look at that. I'll raise that right up. To come down and look at it from the right height so that you can be sure that you're not leaving things floating. Easily done with this kind of maneuvering. Just make sure you cover all your gaps, really. I do like this though. I think this is looking really cool. Especially, I think once I maybe just, you know, just dot a few other bits and pieces around it. See, and then this can kind of stretch in this direction as well. Let's do another little raised bit. And kind of bring it down and link it in over here. So when you first walk in, you've got your rockery in front of you, and then you've got more of it up here. Great, okay, I think that's enough rocks. Let's come back to our flowers and see what other ones we've got, because I can always, you see, I can sink in a few other bits and pieces. I'd like something a different colour. If you want some stuff that really stands out. See, that's a nice looking thing, isn't it? Maybe the smaller one. Again, just not too much. I just dot a few bits and pieces around. Just varying up the colour. I'm hoping I can get something blue on here as well. I think would look nice. So I think this garden is going to take a while. So if this isn't your thing, I apologise. But it's not going to be a quick process, I'm afraid, this garden area. Right, what else have we got here? That's a lovely looking colour, especially with that foliage as well. See, so this can kind of go around the base, I think, and fill it in a bit more like that. That looks really nice. I'm not going to do, yeah, actually I will. I'll just do a little bit on that side. I do like the idea of maybe a little bit of this a bit further up. Let's just shrink it down so I can get a slightly smaller piece and just, you know, just little glimpses of it that have seeded themselves a bit higher up on the rocks. It definitely works well as a little ground cover plant like this, doesn't it? Filling in some of these little gaps. Now there will be some soil showing, of course, because all flower beds should have a bit of soil, I think. What else we got? We have some lovely bright pink bits here. See, that's cool, because that's going to really stand out, isn't it? Let's just get some little bits of this dotted around. This is kind of my thing, you know, gardening. Obviously, it's what I do as a job. It's not the same in the game, obviously. Gardening in real life is far better and far more fun and creative, because you're not really restricted in real life. You can try anything. But obviously in the game here, I'm restricted by dimensions and quite frankly the flowers that we have in the game as well. I wish there was more. I'd be fascinated to know if Frontier have got plans for any other versions of these games, because obviously we've just had Planet Coaster 2 come out. I'd like to know if they're thinking of any other Planet games. think that's quite good now for the rockery itself, but we do need to have more around it. I'm not going to, like I say, I'm not going to fill it in completely, but I do love stuff like this. Just around the base here, and like I say, I'm going to leave some gaps. We've got quite a big area here. I think I need a few trees. Inevitably, that there's going to be trees dotted all through this this whole area. So no issue with having a few big gaps like this, because I can put trees in them. And I will have some nice dot plants as well. If you don't know what a dot plant is, it's a plant that grabs your attention. So often it will be a plant that looks a bit out of place, but it is there purely just to grab your eye. Now these are fantastic, these elephant grasses. I don't know if they're meant to be water plants, but I just love them as grasses. They're just superb, and they make a lovely backdrop. They fill in gaps. They can be used as a kind of an edge. I just love them. I just think, yeah, I'm a big fan in real life, I would say, of grasses. I put grasses in every garden that I work in if I can, if the client allows me to. Grasses are fantastic because they're one of those plants which gives you something all year round. So they look good in the spring when they've just started growing. They look good in the summer when they're fully grown like this. Then they look good in the autumn when they get their seed heads. And then if you don't cut them down, you leave them to the winter, they look good all through the winter as well. Especially if it gets frosty and they get all the frost sitting on them. So there we go. So that is our little sort of grass and rockery bit of garden. And then I will get, let's do the terrain painting like I said I was going to. Let's go soily, because that's what it would be under here. We wouldn't be having grass under here. I might as well just get on and do the rest of it as well, because it's all going to be soil. We're not going to have grass anywhere in here. But I want to kind of theme each bit a bit different to the rest. Have it all sort of in little areas. So that's our rockery area. I do want to have a little pond maybe, so that might come over here, I think, around, like just behind this building. I think might look nice. And then what tree do I think would look good in here? Actually, do you know what? I think this the lovely pink cherry blossom might look nice in here. Maybe not that big one, maybe a smaller version. Let's have a look. And then maybe one over at the back in here as well. You don't want too much in here, too much. It's very easy to do too many sort of big tree type structures in a garden. That's looking really nice now. There we go. I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. I'll tell you what I might just do in bits like this. I like the idea of just having a few of these rocks just dotted around. Maybe like particularly around where these grasses are. This kind of thing. Again, it's just those little details, I think. Because this is a rockery, you would potentially have little stray rocks that have just got moved over time. Okay, nothing major, just those little extra details, I think, make all the difference. So there we go, there is our rockery done. I'm very happy with that. What do you think? Let me know. Do you like what I've attempted to do here, making it look like this lovely ground growing plant is spreading all over the rocks? And then do you like the combination of the other plants that I've put in here? Hopefully you do. let me know. So next I'm probably going to do a big fern area. This whole middle bit here I think will be ferns, and then we'll do a sort of a water area just here. And then I don't really know what I'm going to do elsewhere. Maybe just flowers, I think, maybe. I think sort of lining along in front of the hedge here, and into this area, and probably into here as well. So yeah, there we go. So that'll be next episode. We'll come up with some more stuff like that, more creative stuff, hopefully. But that's going to do it for now. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed the episode and you want to help out the channel, then please do hit the like button as well. And yeah, anything else you want to say, just leave me a comment. Really do appreciate all your feedback. I love it. I love waking up in the morning and looking at my channel and seeing what people have said about my videos. So yeah, really appreciate all your time and effort that you put in. Great, let's leave it there. So thank you very much. Join me in the next episode and we will continue our garden work. Until then, take care. Bye for now.